Will XRP hit $5? That's what I want to discuss in today's video, and I go through what I'm currently doing with my trade so you guys can be fully up to date with the technicals, the news, and the macro. And if you appreciate being updated with XRP every single day, do me a favor, guys, hit that subscribe button because it's my job to keep you guys up to date. And if you appreciate that, let me know down there in the comment section with any questions you might have, and we can go through them together. Now, please remember, on top of that, nothing in my videos is ever financial advice. And if we jump straight onto my trading account, you can see I'm currently long on XRP with 3x leverage. We have the order size of 30,000 XRP, and we are currently in 10% profit. In fact, just the other day, this was down in a loss. I did hit some of my stop losses, but only marginally in just below break even as we were moving those stop losses in as we headed higher, and we did get a pullback. So what this pullback gave me was an opportunity to bolster this position and move my average open price down. I plan to hold this trade open for a while, slowly taking profits out of it if and when XRP's price moves up. Now, I think this is a little bit of a different perspective than most people have here on YouTube. Most people are just diamond handing XRP for the whole time, and I believe that that's not the right way to be going about it. Now, I could also be wrong, and I'm open to that, but I think it's good to have both sides of the coin. So far, I haven't taken any profit from the XRP trade. I have, however, closed half of my Bitcoin trade that we opened at 74,900. So if you appreciate this, do subscribe and stay up to date. And if you are looking for a place to trade, guys, we have links to Blowfin down there in the description. Blowfin, you can trade on the spot market, the futures market, and you can, of course, copy trade, which is something we've been doing here on the channel, but I'll be showing you guys that a little later in this video. Anyway, if you want to sign up to the exchange that you can trade on from anywhere in the world, links for Blowfin are in the description. Now, I want to talk about not that, but this. XRP's price prediction for June 2025. Will Ripple's token hit $5? So we can see some of the latest updates are, as of now, 9 spot XRP ETFs have been filed. The Securities and Exchange Commission is currently reviewing these filings, and investors are highly optimistic about the approval of the XRP ETFs. Analysts like Dark Defender have even offered targets as high as $5.85 after these ETFs are approved. Now, I want to give my 2 cents on this a little bit. I want you guys to remember what happened with Bitcoin when the ETF was initially approved. We can zoom out. It's actually further back than a lot of people remember, but it was right around here where the ETF was approved. We had an initial push to the upside, and then Bitcoin actually lost about 21% before going on to all-time highs. We also had not really that similar of a situation, but similar in the sense that the price went down for Ethereum. Ethereum's ETF was approved, and since then, the price has been going down. However, recently we have seen more excitement around Ethereum, given the fact that prices have been a little bit better than where they were before. But we have to understand that there's no guarantees about this initially pushing the price up. We have to understand that a lot of the time it can be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. Now, multiple institutions and whales are now considering XRP Treasury for their crypto reserve plan. 2 companies that are Weebus International Limited and Vivo Power are the path of investing 300 million and 121 million respectively into the digital assets. And this is absolutely huge, right? This is what I believe is bolstering Bitcoin a lot. And if we see a similar thing happen for XRP, it could be absolutely huge. Now, XRP's on-chain sentiments, as of today, XRP's futures interest has dropped to 4.11 billion compared to 455 billion that was recorded yesterday. However, when evaluating the month on month, it has increased from 3.27, a change of 10%. This trend action highlights an increased buying interest and market participation, further highlighting a strengthening trend in the market. There is also an increase in the number of active addresses on-chain, with a variation between 17,000 to 24,000 during the entire month. However, over the past 24 hours, active addresses have dropped slightly. This marks a drop of 68%, the highest single day drop of the year. But that could be showing that less people are actively moving their XRP and they're actually holding it. Time will tell what happens next. Now, looking at the price analysis for June 2025, after trading with an ascending channel for the past 2 months, XRP price has lost momentum, resulting in a breakdown of the pattern in the daily time frame. However, with a listing price of $2.17, right now the price is $2.20. So it's up from where this article was written. The market capitalization of 128 billion. The crypto has a dominance of almost 4% today. So according to the moving average convergence dominance on the MACD and the simple moving average, they display a stronger bearish trend in the XRP chart. The SMA indicator acts as a resistance to price chart, while bearish divergence in the MACD suggests weak buying pressure for the altcoin right now. In case of a bullish reversal, XRP's price would immediately regain momentum and retest its resistance of $2.50 within a short period of time, which may be happening right now. So we have our resistance point in right here, $2.50. I've already had this in, so it's interesting to see someone else agreeing with that idea, but we want to see now a push to the upside. And one thing we've been discussing, guys, is during a moment where there's actually opportunity in altcoins, which I believe there is right now as we're in a Bitcoin season, the opportunity in altcoins sits in Bitcoin season, right? In that moment, people are not bullish on altcoins. They're actually scared. They're full of fear. They're full of uncertainty. Because if it was the opposite and they were full of excitement, euphoria, all of that, we would probably already be in an alt season and most of the opportunities will be gone by that point, right? So according to this article, there is a possibility that it will hit $5 eventually. But in my opinion, I do think that around $10 is possible in this bull run if we do get a big push in the sentiment of crypto. Yes, right now Bitcoin is doing very well. Everyone's very bullish on Bitcoin, but it is really only Bitcoin that the market is excited about. But with Bitcoin pushing back above 106 after a manipulated push to the downside, which I believe because of the big billion-dollar trader that if you've been watching the channel, you would know about, but because of that, I think we're going to push higher. And if Bitcoin can sustain above 100K, sustain above maybe even 110K, this is probably going to move retail's excitement back towards trying to get into the market, feeling like they've missed out, adding FOMO. And when they start to pile in and we start to see the Google trends change, because right now the search terms for XRP and Bitcoin are in bear market lows. But once we see this change, guys, that is where the opportunity has come and gone, basically, because retail are back. And that's probably when we'll see these prices go up. Now, I can't guarantee that anything bullish will happen ever. All I can do is show you what I'm doing and how I'm trading it. So I'm preparing for a push to the upside for the altcoins with my low leverage trading strategy. Plus, I am also holding Bitcoin spot, XRP spot, Ethereum spot, Solana spot, and a few other spot positions. And on top of that, I am using the copy trader over on Blowfin, where we're copying an algorithm called Quantoshi. Now, you guys can check this out by going to quantoshi.com, or you can head to the links in the description where you can learn more about this. We have a total realized P&L right now of $10,000, and this is my own money I am using for this, and I am testing this out directly in front of you. Right now, there are no current positions because the algorithm has decided that the bullish momentum has stopped for Bitcoin right now. So that may give you a little bit of an idea as to where this is thinking. So these are all the positions it's closed today in a profit, but it's not always profitable. We did have a day of red, one of the worst days we've had since opening this. Ethereum trades were closed in the red. But guys, this doesn't put me off because overall, this has been a 2-month test so far, and we are up $10,000. So if you want to check this out for yourself, I'm using it as a diversification technique for my portfolio. I trade myself, I hold the spot market, and now we're also following an algorithm that is trading this market differently to how I'm doing it. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, I use BitUnex a lot for my trading, my personal trading, and then I use Blowfin for this copy trading. So both of those links will be down there in the description. If you want to go grab the bonuses, they're not going to last forever, so go grab them. You can add both of these exchanges to your repertoire, and you can protect yourself in case something happens to one of the exchanges you use. But also, guys, always read the terms of service so you understand what you're getting involved in, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.